Okay, this is the portion of the program where I pretend that I'm much more important than I am and update you all on all the project cars for my 18 followers, if I'm lucky. So we have the wagon, 84 Maxima wagon with the RB20 in it, you all know that. And we have the race car, 76280Z with the L28 turbo. We have the D21, soon to have a new K24E single cam. We have the RX-7, which you haven't seen, and we have the box van. So yeah, we have quite a few pictures here, and I'm going to try and not turn this off because last time I did. We have the box van and the race car, Z car. It's super sweet. We love it, even though it breaks. We also have the race car here, an old autocross picture, and that is the RX-7 you've not seen. That is the wife's car. And we have Winona, the wagon, 84 Maxima wagon right there. So that is the stable, and we'll see if I can do this without disrupting our tripod, which is right now a roll of towels. Hi, Rue. So anyway, what we have is, because I've decided the RB20DT in the wagon, which is an 84 Maxima wagon, is too stinking heavy, because I love RBs, they sound great, they're awesome, they make lots of power in Australia and everywhere else, and they're only 40 pounds lighter than a 5.3 GM V8. So that's kind of annoying, considering especially I can make 400 horsepower out of a 5.3 a lot easier than I can out of 2 liters. So, being I've already set the car up for an RB20, that's how it's going to have to be. I'm kind of committed to it, which means I'm going to have to do a whole lot of work to make it run reliably at 400 horsepower. The turbo's already there, that's fine. Next is manifold choice and what we're going to do. The other problem we have is the RB crank collars don't engage the oil pump very well. Some are good, some aren't. I don't know what mine is. It's been running fine, but I also have been only running stock power, which was 210 roughly. I made 183 at the wheels. So, being we're going to double that, I need to find out all these little things before I put 400 horsepower into it and blow up the engine and piss away all the money. So yeah, we have the oil galleys in the block, got that covered, going to do that. Got the head drain back, got that covered, just need to weld a bung on the oil pan. It's all, of course, on the stand now, getting ready to disassemble everything. I might even put ARP rod bolts in it, and possibly new piston rings. I might just go back through it completely, because why not? Because we're going to make 400 horsepower, and I want it to be 400 horsepower reliable and continual, and not go boom when I spool the boost. So that's the first project. It's realistically going to be next year at this point. I wish it was sooner, but I don't have that much money because I'm not rich and famous. The second thing is the race car. Race car actually has the good L28 head back on it, the actual turbo head that was hydraulic and converted. It is in decent shape. It looks terrible, like a Frankenstein, because it's been fixed so many times, but it's good, it's straight, it's on. Only problem is I can't get the timing chain on. So I put two 15,000 shims in the cam tower, maximum allowed. Well, you can do a little bit more than that, but 30 thousandths is plenty. Should have exactly replicated the previous head that was on there, which was the old P79 that was part of the head gasket blow up at the track day. And for whatever reason, I made the timing chain too tight or something else, but it doesn't fit. It plain will not fit. I cannot stretch it on with a pry bar or any other means. So, instead of ruining the Camry $230 multi-layer steel head gasket, I'm probably going to take the oil pan off, fiddle with the chain and the ramp, and see what I can do to make that thing fit without removing the head again. Other than that, I'm ruining the new gasket. So, that's what's on the race car. Then I have to put all the new fuel injection, everything else on it, and figure out, well, have to tune it of the new Fishdog ECU, rewire all that, just a few minor things, and throw the 3-bay turbo back on and see if it doesn't blow itself up. Let's see here, D21, almost done. I have the head, will be back in probably 3 weeks-ish, and that means I can actually start putting the engine together. I have all the pieces, ordered a few more little things off Rock Auto today, just EGR tube. Yes, I'm running an EGR because I plan to run the factory fuel injection on it, because it has enough parameters to work with the hop-up I've done, and it will actually work better, because otherwise there's a too rich spot, because it actually relies on the EGR for the factory programming. I have a programmable ECU for that. That's a sore subject, but hey, I have one, and eventually if I update the crank trigger, it will be fine and tunable, but I don't plan on doing that. I'm going to run the stock system, because the last time I made an iteration of this motor, it worked, and it worked great. The only thing was it had a number 4 bore that was a little too big, and that sucked oil after a while. So this is the different machinist did the work this time and did a spot-on job. It's wonderful. Everything I measured has been excellent. So that's really good. Gibson Performance, in case you guys haven't used them. They're out in the valley, about kind of Broadway truck stop area. Real good guy, Andrew, out there. Anyway, last but not least, well, two last, RX-7. That's why I've saw the cross car. It has a Holley Racing Beat carburetor in it right now. Been fighting fuel issues like crazy, and finally plunked down and got the manifold and I don't even remember what carburetor we got. I'm pretty sure it was a downdraft Weber, but I don't remember. It's stuffed downstairs in the pile, along with camber plates I haven't put on either. So that needs a ton of work, a bunch of regasking because it's a fairly leaky 12A street port. Good engine, actually runs fine, but it's definitely that. Needs a ton of work, and it's on back burner. So we got that. We have the box van, which I need to do a whole bunch of other work to mainly install a train horn because people keep trying to run into me and I don't know why. It's a giant box van, has all the marker lights, they all work, big cow catcher. People still seem to think on the freeway that I'm a little tiny Miata or something. I don't know. I'd like to put an air compressor in it. Might do a water pump because it looked like it was leaking last summer. So this is why I have no time and money. And I wish I was so rich and famous that I could just throw money at this and make it go away, but I'm not. My budget is not limitless. So basically, wagons on the back burner because it's not very close to being finished. D21's on the forefront because it is close to being finished, and I can drive it all next year while I slowly build up the RB and make sure I can actually run it at the power level I want and have it not blow up. So yeah, that's the sum total everything. Hey, Roo, what's up? Roo's in her little spot. Hi, Weasel. Anyway, that's the update for all the project cars and project things and what you're likely to see on this and Instagram and Facebook and all that on the rest of the videos I post. So, all right, have a good night. Oh, also, one more thing before I go. If any of you out there are really good with piecing together videos so they look better and you want a job, I can't pay much, but I could probably pay something for a couple of piecemeal video things. So shoot me a line if you're interested in doing that and basically hanging out in the garage and getting paid a little bit to catalog what I'm doing and make it look better than my meager presentation. Yeah, alrighty.